Welcome back to Mib Speaks, a podcast for mums and women in business who are building something very real alongside real, chaotic lives. Not perfect, not polished, but very real. I'm Leona, and today we're talking about something that quietly keeps so many brilliant women stuck, even though they are capable of so much more. Is that you? Overthinking. Overthinking is the most socially acceptable form of procrastination. It looks responsible. It looks sensible. It looks like you're being careful. But most of the time, it's the reason why nothing changes. Overthinking sounds like, oh, just wait until it feels right. I need to think it through a little bit more. I'll do it when I'm ready. I'm just weighing up my options. I don't want to rush into anything. Let me just be clear. Thinking isn't the problem. Staying in thinking mode instead of action is. Overthinking doesn't protect you. It delays you. It keeps you busy in your head whilst your life stays the same. And here's the part we don't talk about enough. Overthinking comes from fear, not lack of ability. It's lack of action. Fear of getting it wrong, fear of being judged, fear of making a wrong decision, fear of making a mistake, fear of wasting time or money. But instead, you are choosing to circle. Instead of acting, you analyze. Instead of moving forward, you wait. But clarity doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from moving. You don't need to know the whole damn plan. You just need to take the next step. Every woman and Mib you admire didn't think her way to success. She acted her way there. She made the decisions. They took the steps. She adjusted to what she wanted. She learned by doing, and that's the part overthinkers hate. Because action feels uncomfortable. It feels risky. But staying stuck is riskier. So let's get practical, because awareness without action is just more thinking. So here's the first shift I want you to make. Stop asking, what if it goes wrong? Start asking, what if I figure it out? That one question changes everything. Here's your first action. Write it down. Write down the decision you've been overthinking, the one that keeps looping around in your head. Now ask yourself, what is the worst realistic outcome? And what is the best possible outcome? And what is the most likely outcome? Most of the time, the worst case is survivable. Thank goodness. And the best cases change everything. Second shift, limit your decision time. Overthinking thrives on unlimited time, so stop. Give it some deadline, 24 hours, 48 hours, a week maximum, but decide. Make a decision when it's going to get done and get it done. Here's your second action. Choose one decision and set a deadline to decide and write it down. No extending it. Third shift, move before you feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Readiness is a myth. Confidence follows action, not the other way around. If you wait until you feel 100% sure, you'll be waiting forever. Here's your third action. Ask yourself, what would I do if I were only allowed to take the smallest step? Not the full leap, just one step. What would happen in your business? Send the message, post the content, book the call, say yes, say no. Small actions break overthinking instantly. Now let's talk about identity, because this is key. Overthinkers are usually high standards people. They care. They want to do things well. But high standards without action turn into self-sabotage. So here's the reframe. Progress is a standard. Done is better than perfect. Movement beats mastery. Learning comes from action. And I want to say this especially clearly for mums and women in business. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have it do it perfectly. You don't need the final outcome. You just need to choose you. You need to choose you, because every time you don't choose you, you're still making a decision. You're choosing to stay exactly where you are, or worst case scenario, go backwards. So let me leave you with this. Overthinking feels safe, but action is what builds confidence. Action is what creates clarity. Action is what changes your life. So ask yourself, what am I overthinking right now? What decision am I avoiding? What would happen if I just moved? Because you don't get unstuck by thinking your way out. You get unstuck by acting your way forward. So if this episode hits home, share it with someone who needs a reminder. And remember, clarity lives on the other side of action. I'll see you next time on Mib Speaks.